Say something.
What was the face you made with it?
Don't be talking about my face.
Welcome back
Welcome back.
to your weekly TIFU digest.
Week. Hey, it's almost September, and we need to.
As it comes out, it's September.
Well, yeah, true. And so just don't wake Green Day up until it's over.
Yes.
Yeah. Just wanted to put that out there because they need their sleep. Yeah.
Also, make sure to remember the 21st night of September.
Oh, yeah. Got to remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember it.
Do you remember?
I like how there's no actual music. I'm going to put the music on it.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you all are enjoying your week. Hope September is starting well for you.
Yep.
As always, here is your fair and eloquent reminder to subscribe. Like the video. Eloquent. That was a word. I know other big words too. Like karate.
Whoa. That's a lot of words.
I'm a Judy chop you.
Oh, you Judy chop.
I'm a Judy chop you. Also, if you want to see me doing the Judy chop as a kid, join our Discord. Link in description.
Yep.
We've had a lot of people joining lately, actually.
Yeah. Actually, it's been a nice influx of people.
Yeah.
A lot of cool
so
people.
Appreciate everybody.
Yep.
Yes. Appreciate everybody who is who's been popping off in there and hopping in and having fun. We do appreciate it. We love seeing it grow, much like we see this channel growing. It's a nice warm feeling, like a warm hug.
Yep. Like a warm hug on a crisp fall day.
Hence why we're wearing hoodies.
Yep. Even though it's 96 today.
And I'm also, you can't see this, but I'm wearing with a hoodie, the proper combo, hoodie and hoochie daddy shorts.
That does make sense.
I want to see you wear some hoochie daddy shorts.
No, nobody needs to see that.
I want to see that.
That's the palest
so
part of me
bad,
is that upper inner thigh.
Oh my God. Y'all want to talk about it being bright? Y'all gonna have to wear sunglasses inside. Like that's all I'm
brighter
saying.
than the fucking light at the top of the Luxor, dude. Like,
Jesus.
It is white with a capital H.
Yeah, that is a new challenge unlocked in my head. Get Sam to wear hoochie daddy shorts.
Nobody will see that.
For the longest time, I used to not. My knees had to be covered, and then I wore them one time, and I felt like I heard angels singing. My ass was like, BB.
It wasn't pretty deep into living into Texas when I finally gave in. I was like, all right, I need some shorts because I'm a jeans guy. I love jeans. I'm so comfortable in jeans, but never really comfortable in shorts. But I finally kind of got over that and dealt with it because it was like a particularly hot fucking summer, and I was like, I can't anymore.
Yeah.
I think also too we were going to the in-laws house and they don't have AC. And so I was like, we're gonna be there for hours. I need to prepare.
Yeah. I remember the first Christmas y'all took us over there, and mind you, like Christmas time wasn't hot, but like it wasn't cold either. It was
like 70.
Yeah, it was moderate. And I showed up in I remember I showed up in a nice like Christmas attire. I think I was wearing like nice jeans, a nice shirt. I think I was even wearing like a flannel just for festive. So. And I remember I was just like, I took the flannel off and was still like, I'm dying.
Yeah. Well, especially
so
they're it's a small house. And so when they're cooking in the kitchen, it heats up that entire house. It gets hot. So it's there. We usually chill outside in the winter because it's very nice typically. That is the one nice thing about Texas. It's nice in the winter, but you just never get proper winter weather or fall.
Except for that 2-week window where it's just like hell.
Where ERCOT shits themselves every year.
Yep. The 2 inches of ice that we got, half my tree falling off in the front yard.
Yep.
Oh my God.
It's weird there.
Yeah. Texas fucked up when not preparing for all that. You'd think they they would figure it out after having at least a few years now of knowing it's coming. Like,
yeah, but nope, probably not. They're just gonna double down and be like, it's like once in 100 years. Who cares? Our grandkids will have to deal with that. But.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Warm yourself by the oil fields.
Yeah.
Anyways,
nice and warm over there.
Could be warm.
Don't
spark. Don't make it spark.
I don't think it's quite that flammable.
I'm not wanting to find out.
True.
I don't want to fuck up by doing that, but we will talk today about who fucked up. Hey, that's a transition.
That was. Sure was indeed.
There's times when I really wonder how much of my shit he'll put up with. and I approach that line every day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Let's jump in. It is your weekly TIFU digest. Y'all know how it goes. 4, 3, 2, 1. We read them in order to end this on a high note. Sam started, albeit with the wrong story last week. I will start with the correct one. We confirmed this. I will start with the correct one this week, as Sam will take us out on a high note at the end of this episode.
Yep.
So let us begin.
This is a big
Today
one.
I fucked up. Do what?
This one's a big one.
Oh, it is a big one. Yes.
Yeah.
Today I fucked up by downloading the fantasy football app Sleeper on my phone. Okay. For context, for those who don't know, Sleeper is a fantasy football platform. I've run a fantasy football league with my high school and college best friends for 15 plus years, and that's how we all stay connected. My wife is very well aware of this and is totally okay with it. Great context. This morning, I woke up to my wife angry with me and crying profusely. She's a sweet little fawn and seldom gets upset at anything. So I was extremely confused and alarmed at her behavior and asked what was wrong. She said, "I saw the app and the messages. I know you're cheating on me." I was so confused. She went on this whole tirade about how she's noticed I've been getting lots of notifications on my phone over the past few days in the mornings and thought I was being secretive. She looked at my phone this morning and saw a message on an app called Sleeper from someone named Riley, and the message read, "God, you're so sexy. My name, I love you." Riley is a burly 6'4" happily married man with 2 kids and lives 4 states away. He is one of my childhood best friends and was at our wedding. She's met him. He was being facetious and responding to a picture I sent in our league chat of my wife and I with one of his favorite country artists this weekend when we ran into him. Our draft is tomorrow night, and I've been messaging the guys to get everything set up, and she knows this. In her defense, Riley goes by a nickname, so she probably didn't realize or remember that was his actual name. Apparently, what happened, she saw the Sleeper notification last night, jumped in her little friend group chat, and one of her particular friends is a bit of a shit stirrer, to put it nicely. She messaged back and said, "Oh shit, known hookup app, it might be for gay guys. Grindr. Not Sleeper, different app." To be fair, Sleeper does kind of sound like a hookup app, and the logo is just kind of an ambiguous face and not that different from Grindr. But you could have just, looked in the app store to see if it's a football app, or I don't know, ask me what it is. My wife realized the mistake, and the poor thing has been embarrassed all morning. I'm not upset with her, and if I was in her position, I would have felt the same way and I forgave her and hope it's a lesson where we can always remember to communicate with each other, as we've always done that so well. But here's where it's gotten dicey as a result this morning. Apparently, a couple of the other girls in the chat were like, "Oh shit, I've seen my husband on there too." So now all these women are checking their man's phones like a witch hunt and confronting them. It was kind of funny to see all of them come back to the group and be like, "Oh, oops," except for one. One girl checked the phone and the app Grindr was in fact on her fiance's phone. He had a Samsung, so he changed the app photo to look like a calculator, but not the name of the app. So now there's drama going on with that, and apparently this girl is coming to stay in our home for the rest of this week while he moves out. All because of a silly fantasy football app that my wife thought was a hookup app.
Oh no.
TLDR, It's still a paragraph here.
Yeah.
Wife thought I was cheating on her and messaging people through a hookup app called Sleeper, which is a fantasy football app, after being convinced by one of her friends and seeing a funny message from one of my longtime friends who has a gender neutral name. As a result, one of her friend's fiancés got ousted for being on the app Grindr because all of the girls thought their significant others were cheating on them, and this girl will be living in our guest room for the next few days. Edit. Apparently, a lot of y'all think this was an ad for the app or that it was written by ChatGPT and have been sending me unnecessarily nasty and morbid DMs because I deleted all my prior posts. Not that it matters, but I'm pretty active in a lot of the car subs on here and have been posting a lot of photos of my projects, which some include potentially identifiable information. Barring the fact that I don't like to leave that shit out there on the internet, the context of the story and situation is not something I particularly want to be shared or directly identified by folks I know. Beyond that, I apologize that some of you don't particularly like my writing style or felt this indicated I was soliciting an app. Not an ad, not my intention. For what it's worth, I actually don't particularly like Sleeper as a platform, and it was what our league majority voted on using this year. That was a fucking roller coaster.
Yeah. Talk about fucking just a domino effect. Holy shit.
Yeah, just think.
Yeah, just the smallest little thing, totally inconsequential, no big deal, leads to divorce, apparently. Or breaking up or whatever the fuck it is. Oh, yeah, fiance's phone, so. Yikes.
This is a prime example of what we were talking about on Tuesday.
Yeah, the
social media being a bad fucking thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like,
yeah.
If you just talked about it, like, honey, what's this? Oh, it's a fantasy football app. Take a look. Like,
yep.
Like, it makes me think about all the shit you and I send each other.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
the Cash App transactions, the fucking texts,
yep.
The Instagram messages, like anything. It's raunchy sometimes. Imagine if our significant others didn't know we were that close.
Yeah. Oh, especially too, because like for you, to me, your name is a gender neutral one as well.
Yes.
His middle name, which is what I mostly know him by, but he's Joe at the show. But
it's easier that way,
or something. So yeah, it could look real bad. But I feel like that's a lot of dude group chats. Is mostly just being about as gay as possible, but not actually being gay.
Look, we have a lot of ladies who watch this show, and homies out there, all the boys. I'm just gonna go ahead and save us all the skin in the world. Every dude's group chat is the most homoerotic montage of text you could read. Just giving you all the heads up now. GIFs, messages, memes, it's all there. Just understand it's what keeps the delicate balance of the universe balanced.
Yeah. That's the real thread that binds this universe. It's just bros being degenerates in a group chat.
That's it.
That's pretty much all. Like our buddy Anderson, friend of the show, he's that's all I ever communicate him with is just dirty stuff.
Yep.
That's it. Yep.
Nah, let's read some of these comments here.
Yeah.
First one says, lol, I got halfway through and was going to comment. One of them is going to find evidence of real cheating. Looks like I was right. Now I want to change my calculator app to the Grindr icon, though.
Why do you get so many calculator notifications, stepbrother?
No.
Yes, I am cheating on you. The next comment is, yes, I am cheating on you with Patrick Mahomes, dear. It's a long-term love affair that began when he was in college.
Honey, I've been meaning to tell you, every Sunday for the next 17 weeks and a Thursday and Monday in September, I'll be spending my time with this cute guy named Josh. He's the new love of my life, and our relationship begins tomorrow at 7 p.m. when I take him so hard at one. The so hard part got me. When I take him so hard at one in our Superflex draft, he's also the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills.
Should have led with that.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is fucking fantastic.
I have seen some pretty funny like social media posts of husbands giving like a 2-week notice to their significant other.
Yep. Yep. See,
funny.
I fall on the side. I'm taking a break from fantasy football this year, but I fall on the side of, hey, everybody, it's that time of year where my favorite team dictates how I'm going to feel for the rest of the week.
Yep.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Let's move on. That's a good one to start on. Number 12.
Holy shit. We got all the long ones today, apparently.
What the fuck? We got novels, dude. Okay.
me. No. Anyway. Today I fucked up by eating 2,000 calories worth of tortilla chips. Not 1, but 2 days in a row. That's a lot of tortilla chips. A year ago, I begun to try exercise and watching what I eat, mainly calories. Having realized I was pretty overweight during high school, 175 pounds at 5'8", having a shitload of free time as a dude in my early 20s, this should be an important habit to form before life actually hits me, as my older coworkers put it. I've now reached a healthy weight range, 140 pounds, and I'm now experimenting. Last Friday, August 23rd, 2024, for you folks from the future, I bought a 0.9 pound bag of tortilla chips from my local supermarket, fresh by Brookshire, a location in northern Texas. They were called house-made hatch tortilla chips, clearly store brand, store original, had a variant called Original. And there's a photo, we might put it up later. What drew me to these chips, as you can see, were the macros. Oh, he's got the actual ingredients on it. Cool. I've only weighed my food recently and have learned a lot about food caloric density, the way Western society can encourage it, and slowly gravitated to less calorie dense foods, not all at once, but gradually. I feel like I have a good grasp of the weight and volume of foods, 360 calories for 170 grams of chips, large wide chips. That takes a long ass time to chew. That's almost a 2-to-1 ratio, where most Doritos and nachos have a 4-to-1 ratio at best. Why are we getting into ratios right now? I could fill a large bowl with these, and a smaller bowl can get up to 80 grams or 170. That, in addition to okay protein and high fiber, I can snack and get something out of it. It sounded too good to be true. It was. As snacks on Friday, I ate a total of 250 grams, half the bag. Should have totaled up to 530 calories, on top of a chicken wrap, potato wedges, and roughly 300 grams of carrots. That night, my stomach felt terrible, but I just chalked it up to the amount of fiber I ate that day, roughly 60. Woke up the next day, August 24th, not feeling particularly hungry until after my walk. Ate a banana, then finished off that bag of chips, which should have weighed about 404 grams in total. Ate about 150, which should have been under 350 calories. Took a ride with my father after the gym. Noticed that despite eating 460 calories up to that point, lifting in 400 calories worth of cardio didn't make me feel that tired or depleted. He noticed I bought the chips and wanted to try some himself. I said 1 pack was fine, but he insisted I get 2. And then I told him that the first pack was gone. He said I should get 3 on his credit card, despite me saying we didn't need 3. Did that. Still didn't feel that hungry until a bit later. Ate more carrots than the chips. In truth, I only assumed I ate about a bag and a half a day, maybe more, 700 grams in total that day. That's 1,500 calories of chips. Pretty insane, but hey, I tracked it all. I'm still in a calorie deficit. I only ate small fruits and veggies that day aside from the chips. Worst case scenario, I worked out that day, and one bad day wasn't going to ruin me. Sorry, this is a reader. They have fiber and protein after all. That's good for you. Then I posted about these chips on a subreddit. Got all sorts of flake, you sweet summer child. Dude, come on, with no elaboration. Till a kind user told me he couldn't find shit about these tortilla chips online, which prompted me to search and gave him and have the same realization. Another way to check, another kind user pointed out, the fat slash protein slash carb ratio, essentially 9, 4, and 4 calories of a gram each. I did the math already. The label describes a serving of 85 grams of chips, not 170 as 360 calories. That the label was off by 100%. My stomach was screaming at me the whole time about this. I assumed it was the fiber. I assumed it was just because I ate a ton of chips, even if they were good chips. I put more stock in a government label than my body. Hell, the government probably doesn't even know about these. Like I said, I can't find shit about these online. They don't exist in any calorie tracking app. Last I checked, not even the fresh websites list these. In reality, I did not eat 530 calories of tortilla chips on Friday. I did not eat 1,500 grams of tortilla chips on Saturday. I ate 1,000 calories of tortilla chips on Friday and 3,000 calories of chips on Saturday because of an inaccurate label. TLDR, should have started with this. I ate a shitload of homemade tortilla chips from Fresh by Berkshire because an inaccurate nutrition label led me to believe they were worth half the calories they actually were. Instead of getting 2,000 across 2 days, I ate 4,000 across 2 days on top of my meal and fruits and slash vegetables. Edit, forgot to add this morning, I did report this to the corporate office, accidentally saved their number instead of that store, and they're handling it, but I got something to study for, been putting it off too long, honestly. Need to lock in. Edit 2, seeing a lot of people claiming I wasn't overweight at 175 fucking pounds. This is me in 2021. He's just basically saying he was fat. I'm not going to get into all that. This one was... The ratios were fucking getting to me there.
I do love the last line of this, though.
As you can see, I was not built like the Black Panther. I was more like Homer Simpson. Sorry.
It's not often we do this. It's not often we audit TIFU.
Yep. Let me get my audit pen back out. That's not a pen.
Yeah. I just want you to write down if you believe yes or no that this belongs on TIFU.
Sure.
Go.
I don't have a pen. But I agree with him. Like, what the fuck is this? Why is this so upvoted as well?
Yeah. Why is this in the top 4?
Like, I get it. I ate way more calories than I was supposed to. So did I. Shut the fuck up and move on.
Yeah, so does a majority of America. Like,
yep.
The first comment says, allow me to direct you to the non-fat frozen yogurt episode of Seinfeld season 5, episode 7. Like, I can see where, okay. I could see where they fucked up, right? By not listening to their body. Because we've said this time and time again, listen to your fucking body. I can see where they fucked up by not listening to their body. That 100%. Because his stomach was going, like it was, I'm surprised he didn't look pregnant, to be honest with you. And then you doubled down the next day. Dog, I think back to the Chappelle show where he's taking a dump and then just detonates off the toilet. Like, that's what I imagine this dude did when he finally pooped. But this does not belong in TIFU. Like, no. This, the only fuck up is your stomach. That's it. Like,
or if it, like, I could see it in TIFU if you just simplify the whole fucking thing. Like,
yeah.
Having to read all, like, 3 fucking paragraphs about grams and ratios and blah, blah, blah. Like, none of that really contributed unless you are also a nerd of this stuff.
Yep.
Which most of TIFU probably isn't.
Yep.
I could see you going into detail like that in like a calorie counting subreddit, you know, the people there might enjoy it, but here it's way too much.
Yep.
I'd like a refund for my time to OP here. Nubian Cavalry, if you could compensate me for the bullshit I just read, I would greatly appreciate it.
Kind of have to agree there. Yep. Let us know what you think in the comments on this one. This one's kind of whack.
Boring.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button while you're here and join the Lousy listeners. And also click the join button. For $2.99 a month, you can become a Lousy member where you can get some awesome perks, cool emotes, and interact with Sam and I. Also, click the link to join our Discord and have fun with all the other Lousy listeners. Let's get back to the video.
Number 2. That which Nubian Cavalry won't be able to do.
But it's still long as fuck.
God, what? What the fuck, dude? I love the last one. Short. So you're getting a reprieve here. Yeah. Okay. Number 2 on this week's TIFU Weekly Digest. Today I fucked up by misunderstanding what world's strongest coffee actually meant. Please don't go into graphs and
Are we counting
macros and shit.
milligrams of
If I see the word calorie, I'm closing it. Just letting you know now. Okay, so technically this was on Monday, but definitely one of the biggest mistakes I've made in my life. So for context, I absolutely love really strong dark coffee. Same. That's a running joke amongst my friends that I drink jet fuel because I brew it so heavy. For whatever reason, that strong flavor psychologically gives me kind of a dopamine rush and wakes me up before the caffeine hits. Actually, same. Anyways, on Monday, I had a really important client meeting and my boss had flown into town and for said meeting. So I had to meet her at her hotel pretty early in the morning and it was across town. So I had to get up way earlier than usual and was not having that morning. Since I was not handling waking up early and kind of in a rush, I hurriedly made my coffee and made it strong. At the store, I had come across this coffee called Death Wish, which was coined as the world's strongest coffee. At one point, so I cracked it open, gave the filter a heavy fill, and scurried away to do other morning tasks. I was really excited to try it. In my mind, strong was synonymous with the actual taste, not the caffeine content. For context, the company does not release the actual caffeine content, but tests show a 12-ounce cup ranges from 300 up to 750 milligrams, depending on how you brew it. Judging by my not so light brewing habits, I'm sure that number was far closer to 750. Quick note, I've actually looked this up. A cup of coffee on average from Death Wish is 400 milligrams of caffeine. A standard cup of coffee. And that's just from the regular bag, not from their like other lines. Like they have a bunch of other different flavors and some of them are even stronger. So just food for thought. As I'm going about my morning, I'm hammering it down pretty quickly. Slightly disappointed it was strong, but not what I was expecting out of a world's strongest, but hey, whatever, it works. After the first few sips, I look at the clock and realize I'm running out of time. So I say, fuck it, and just take my coffee with me to the shower where I can finish it off. A few minutes into my shower while I'm lathering up and jamming out to Cruel Summer by Taylor Swift, you know, as us dudes who are married to Swifties do, I start absolutely buzzing. At first, it was just kind of like that little tremble, and I'm just like, huh? And cracked it up to drinking coffee on an empty stomach. Over the next few minutes, that feeling gradually increased, and I had the full-on shakes and felt hot. At this point, I put two and two together. Strong equals caffeine content. Oopsies. A little concerned, I hop out of the shower, grabbed my phone, and Googled the amount of caffeine and saw that 750 number and was like, oh, fuck. This sent me into a full-on caffeine-induced panic attack. First panic attack of my life. My legs gave out from the shakes. My heart was pounding while I was laid on the fetal position on the ground trying to chill myself out. I thought I was having an actual heart attack. At the time, there was a little bit of irony in my mind that as a guy in my late 20s who powerlifts and works out 5 days a week, my cause of death would be via heart attack caused by being a dumbass and more or less shotgunning 750 milligrams of caffeine. Not the way I thought I'd go, but I accepted my fate in that moment. I called for my wife, who was extremely confused, very concerned, and her being frantic about me being frantic made me feel worse. But when I explained it, she calmed down, realized I probably wasn't dying, and just said, oh yeah, that'll do it. And just laid on the floor, pet me like our dogs, and handed me her water off the sink counter. Then the farts happened.
Not the farts.
In my panic attack, I started aggressively farting uncontrollably. Not just regular farts or squeakers, but full-blown ground shaking ass rippers every 5 to 10 seconds. Quite quite impressive and in rapid succession. My wife started dying laughing and just patted me on the head and started saying shit like, there, that's it, honey, just fart it out. You'll be fine. So I'm glad she got some enjoyment out of it because I was not having a great time laying there buck-ass naked and still wet on the bathroom floor in the fetal position, farting uncontrollably and shaking. After about 15 minutes, I chilled out a little bit and realized I was okay-ish, and my wife kept an eye on my heart rate and stuff just to make sure I wasn't actually having a heart attack. For the rest of the day, I was wired and definitely a little traumatized, but now I think it's funny. Ended up missing the meeting, and my boss was a little pissed she flew down here, but hey, shit happens. Sometimes we're dumbasses and drink way too much caffeine. My question is, who in the actual fuck wants that much caffeine at once? TLDR, I misunderstood world's strongest coffee as pertaining to the actual flavor of the coffee, as opposed to having 750 milligrams of caffeine. I shotgunned it down way too quickly and had a full-on caffeine-induced panic attack followed by a fart attack and missed an extremely important meeting as a result.
Damn. That's a lot of caffeine.
That is a monstrous amount of caffeine.
Then the farts happened.
It all changed when the Fart Nation attacked. Like I typically drink my coffee. So in the mornings, in the mornings, how do you take your coffee? Like what is your routine for drinks?
I very rarely drink coffee.
Okay.
But when I do, it's just we drink one from a local brand up here called Stumptown that it's just normal coffee.
Okay.
So I just do coffee, and then Chobani is like a hazelnut creamer that's really good. I'll pour in a little bit of that. That's it.
See, for me, first thing out the gate when I get up in the morning, water. Then it's coffee.
I water all the time. That's all I do.
Yeah, I have not. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh my god!" Especially if we have any health nuts out there in the Lousy listeners. Just giving you the heads up now. I don't think I actually have had coffee on my stomach with food in the last year. I typically have coffee on an empty stomach besides the water. And I can safely say, because I still do Dutch runs. I got a Dutch like 4 minutes up the road from me. So I'll drop, especially now, I'll drop my son off in the morning.
I haven't hit Dutch since the last time you and I did.
Dude, it's, I mean,
yeah.
Like, I like, I'll drop my son off at school and go straight to Dutch. And I will say there was one time I fucked up. Instead of getting coffee, I got a Rebel. And I not only got a Rebel, I got no ice, double can in the cup. And that was a lot of caffeine to have before 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, I was just kind of sitting here just like I was propelling through the nth dimension, dude. I was just like,
What scared me one time, I don't know if you remember, I hadn't slept the night before. I had one of my insomnia attacks. And so, or something along those lines, but we stopped by Dutch and I got the 911, which is like 10 shots of espresso and shit.
Yes.
And it barely affected me.
So you want to know what's nuts about that?
What?
Greg, who's staying here, can kill 2 to 3 911s a day.
He needs to lay off of that. His heart's gonna explode.
I'm just waiting for the day that I hear just though.
Yep.
and just watch it. Like, it's immaculate to watch it. I will say this though. So when back in April when we came up here to work on the house, we were here for that whole week. It was mainly just like shout out to everybody who helped us. But for the whole week, it was me and him together in the car, like going everywhere, getting everything, we were like the crew leaders, if you will.
Yeah.
There were points where we were seeing the Dutch people multiple times a day, and they'd be like, "Weren't you here earlier?" And we'd be like, "Don't talk to us. Just give us coffee."
Shut the fuck up. Give me the goods.
We have, and I mean, and look, hey, I've had my fair share of caffeine. I try and keep myself below the daily maximum.
Yeah.
I'll still drink my fair share of caffeine, but I definitely am pounding water behind that.
Yeah.
So.
I barely have caffeine now. It's because I don't really do soda anymore. I've done now I have seltzer water just to get the feeling of soda every now and then. Yep. Although my wife just bought, Target had it was supposed to be reminiscent of cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper. It's not, but it's the closest. Like, you know, and that one does have a little bit of caffeine, but it's like green tea caffeine, so it's like not much.
Yeah.
And so yeah, the coffee this morning was like the first time I had real caffeine in a hot minute.
I just realized I should probably clarify. Greg, when you're watching this, because I know you're going to watch this later, please don't think that I'm wishing death upon you. I don't want to watch you die.
Greg, we love you. We don't want you to
yeah,
keel over.
I should probably like clarify that. I honestly, I'm curious as what I would be like without caffeine.
I think you'd be a little bit more mellowed out, but you're still kind of got some crackhead energy regardless. So
I don't know. My old age, man.
Yeah, you are getting older. Yeah. You still get a wild hair up your ass way more often than I do. So
that's fair.
Yeah.
Not to say that I would ever do 750 milligrams of caffeine in one sitting, but that's
yeah, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. I just the image of just a man alone, naked on the floor. T Swift still playing in the distance. Just in between.
His wife petting him.
Look, don't do this to yourself, but
no.
Shout out to this guy. The first comment here, it's very simple. At least it was only a fart attack and not a heart attack. Facts.
The one right after that. Or a short attack.
Just imagine he thinks he's just farting. He looks up, his wife, horror. He looks back, Picasso painting on the wall.
Perfect outline of her.
She just chocolate fudge, dude. Just everywhere. Oh my god, dude.
Oh god. Horrible. The next comments, don't worry. First thing that happens when you poison yourself with too much caffeine is uncontrollable vomiting.
Oh god. Isn't all vomiting uncontrollable?
No, I hold on to it for a bit.
I'm not gonna say, okay, I will say this. My grandfather used to say this, and it was one of the worst things. So I'm gonna let y'all know now. If you don't want to hear this, just double tap the screen on the right hand side and move about 10 seconds forward, starting now. My grandfather used to always say, when you vomit, hold your teeth together so you can save the chunks for later.
With that,
all right.
We're moving on,
dude.
So the number one post for this week. I'm so glad you told us and shared that lovely information.
Hey, I gave them the opportunity to move forward. You, not so much, bitch. You're in this with me.
I was a civilian casualty on that carpet bombing. God damn.
All right.
Anyway, last one.
Numero uno.
Yep, with 6.4K. Technically, there was one that's higher, but anyway, it's the whole thing. This is number one. Today, I fucked up by accidentally making myself colorblind? ? Interesting. So yesterday, I went surfing for the day with my brother. Got up early and basically spent the entire day on the water, 8 hours total. Around the 4-hour mark, it started to get red with when I blinked, which I have experienced before, so I brushed it off as normal. An hour or two later, everything that was normally black / or a very dark color started to appear as red / maroon, which I haven't experienced before. By the time I left the water, all the rocks on the beach were ruby red. Looked totally insane, and I knew I overdid the day, but I figured I'd sleep it off. Here's where things get weird. My brother and I get back to camp, and he started a fire. It was Monster Energy green. I totally panicked, realizing I had actually fried my eyes and tried to sleep it off. Wake up the next morning, no difference. So here I am over 24 hours later, and this is where I'm at. Black is now maroon, pure white is monster green, red and yellow are both different shades of orange, and Minecraft Diamond Teal is just straight up gray. Feeling quite depressed and hoping my vision returns, but not feeling too hopeful. Any suggestions would be greatly appreciated, lol. Edit, heading to the hospital. Appreciate the comments. Lol. Update. Going to the hospital. Lol. Update, I have burnt corneas. eye doctor said very likely not permanent damage and should correct itself within 3 to 4 weeks. No direct sun exposure in the meantime. So it's looking like a shaded summer for me. Bad joke. Appreciate the comments and kind messages for keeping me busy during the 12-hour ER visit. Damn. Update 2. Had my first good sleep since the incident. Starting to see some improvements. Teal is coming back a bit. Only significant impact currently is red through yellow, all appearing the same. White's still a bit green. TLDR, I spent 8 hours surfing and somehow made myself colorblind. Damn.
I'm never going surfing.
Yeah, well, like, wear sunglasses, maybe? You know, like.
I love the first comment. Have you considered seeking urgent medical attention? Like, this is when Reddit's actually being smart and be like, go to the hospital,
Hey,
dude.
Go to the hospital, man. Yeah.
Oh my God. I'll get like black dots every once in a while,
Yeah.
but I don't think I've ever come close. And all the dumb shit I've done,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever once come close to making myself colorblind.
Yeah. Well, water makes it worse because it's reflecting. So you're not only getting it from up top, you're getting it from down below.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, you need some good sunglasses. I understand you're surfing, you don't want them falling off, but like, you know, just get one of the kinds that you strap to yourself or something.
Yeah.
Like there's options for that, I'm sure, but, or maybe
Well,
don't spend literally all day outside. That's,
I mean, well, there's nothing wrong with spending all day outside. I wouldn't
like
even say that.
I should say, like surfing.
Yeah, I agree with you on the part of like, because they make those bands that have the drawstring, like, or the little like you see them on drawstring bags, a little like knuckle that like you can squeeze and it adds tension to it.
Yeah.
Just get those motherfuckers on your head real tight and you'll be good. Like get you some pitties, you know, something that'll cover everything real well.
Yeah.
Because pitties hold on the bridge of your nose really well too. Like that's part of why they're so nice. Is like,
Yeah.
you know, I have a pair around here somewhere. I typically wear them when I'm like grilling and whatnot because I like these when I sweat and makes the bridge of my nose really fucking raw.
Yeah.
But I'll wear pitties like not really, oh, fuck yeah, dude. Like, no, it's like I'm just wearing them because they're comfortable. But yeah, no, I agree with you on getting the whole like drawstring fucking thing behind your head and like protect the peepers, dog. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I just my only other comment on this. Why the fuck did you post this? Like, go to the doctor.
Yeah, well, I'm glad they eventually did. But yeah, I mean, if I was seeing shit like that, all of a sudden I'd be like, yeah, I need some help. This isn't good.
I wouldn't have camped. I would have been like, nope, get in the car. We got to go. Like, something's fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fucked up. You fucked up 2 ways. You fucked up by burning your corneas and you fucked up by not going to the doctor immediately.
Yep.
Take care of yourselves. What are y'all doing? Or comment I read, of course, was how do you consider seeking urgent medical attention? Then one right beneath that, or putting aloe on your retinas.
Yeah. This one here. Or just sleeping it off again.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
Oh, this is actually informative.
What?
The second comment: heat and UV vis light can do permanent damage to your eyes. Plus, you might not be taking into account the magnified effects of reflected light off the water, as you said. You could have done permanent retinal damage or sunburned your eyes. Sleep, sure, but you could develop infection and lose an eye as a result, as others have suggested medical attention sooner rather than later. Yeah, that sums it up. You fucked up.
Yeah.
Go to the doctor. Glad you went to the doctor. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, that's the top fuck up, and I think I would have to agree.
Yep. That's yeah, he fucked up pretty darn well. Way better than the fucking macro counting guy.
Yes, absolutely. By far.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
Well, let us know what you think in the comments. Of course, as always, subscribe to the channel, like the video, join the Discord by clicking the link in the description, and we will see y'all on Saturday.
We will. Later.
Bye.